Hello, beautiful human. Today's video is brought to you by Native. I use Native all the time. Deodorant. They now have toothpaste again, 2 minty flavors. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan because it works. Plus, they use ingredients that I understand, that I know about, and it's no pressure buying. If you don't like what they send you, you can send it back. Free shipping, free returns. They got you. Did I mention there's 9,000 5-star reviews? 9,000. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm hanging out with you from home. Home studio slowly coming together. I got to put stuff behind me. If you have any recommendations, leave it in the comment section below. Interviews, more regularly coming soon. I promise. I'm about to feed you with some of our favorite moments from Ariana Grande. Are you ready? She's one of my favorite human beings and one of the greatest artists to ever exist. It's pretty simple. By the way, if you want 20% off your first purchase from Native, just use the code Zach. Link in the bio.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
Right?
Am I
Which is
Lil
being
Uzi?
yourself.
I'm like, I don't know, man. Just do it.
No, you're in. Sweetener. I'm so
Oh my God,
excited.
you're so high.
No, I'm not.
He goes,
High on life.
he goes, sweetener. Out of nowhere, he goes, sweetener. The first time you listened to Sweetener, you were so high. He was in my car and he was like, bro, oh my God. And I was like, are you good?
I wasn't good.
No.
I felt that.
You felt it.
think.
You're that guy
Thanks.
who says the word smash still.
Me.
You and Scooter.
smash.
Me, Scooter,
You and Scooter Charlie walk.
Oh, smash. It's going to be a hit.
Smash.
Yeah.
That's the only 3 people I know. No one else on
Yeah,
earth.
I'll take that company any day. Any
Me
day.
too.
So,
Suck a exact same.
getting married?
No.
Would love.
How do you deal with being under such an intense microscope all the time?
It's really wild. Sometimes it takes a really crazy toll on me, and I'll be really sad for like a couple of days in a row when I read something that makes me feel awful, because I am such an extreme like purist when it comes to people. Like, I want everyone to be my friend, and I like desperately love and want to hug everyone I encounter. Like literally I'm like, wow, I wish everyone would come over for dinner right now and never leave. I've had that since I was a little girl. Like, my mom always said, like, Ariana, that like, you gotta like let it end. Like, you gotta let the Chipolones go home at some point. You know what I mean? Like, I want to like take everyone in as like a love hostage. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And that's for sure the most poetic thing I've ever said. But anyway, I want to just like make friends with everyone and love everyone. So it takes a toll on me emotionally because I want people to get that. And I understand that not everyone knows me at all. I probably wouldn't like me if I only knew what the world knows of me or reads of me, because like half of it is bull. And the half of it's true is like videos of me like touching my hair and like being like a polished pop star girl. And I'm like, ew, like f you. I see my shit that I make and I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, my job is stupid. Didn't I say that yesterday? I said that yesterday when I was watching the behind the scenes with Fredo and these boys at the studio. I was like, wow, I'm kind of an I was like looking at it and I was like, I have the dumbest job in the world. It was me being like, go find a soul to the booth. And I was like, that's so googly and pretentious. I hope I don't come off like that. So I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to accept that like literally no one actually knows me at all. And that it has to just be like water off the thing, because it's not actually an attack on me, the person. It's an attack on Ariana, the like thing that like isn't actually me, which is weird because it is kind of actually me now. So it's like kind of both.
They morphed into one another?
It's kind of weird because it's like, yeah, I forget that I'm like, you know.
But you spend a lot of time on Twitter. I'm sure,
I do.
like as much
Every
as like you
morning
like to
I start
interact.
my day going to talk to my fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, as much as you want to interact with your fans, I'm sure there's tons of negative stuff on there.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a very conflicting thing for me because I love starting my day by going on and talking to them because they're funny as and they're sweet and kind and amazing. And I'm actually sad they're not here right now because last time we had so much fun, but also like we that was like a lot, and I don't want to do that to you guys again. We had like a party here. I'm so sorry. I am like surprised that this building is still standing after that night, our sleepover party with my fans.
It was the only party I've ever thrown.
Yeah, that was the first party. No, but yeah, it's like a tough kind of line to walk, because I don't want to let that diminish how beautiful the internet is as well. Like, it's trash, but it's beautiful. And it's like, there's a lot of bull, but I want to be a person that's like strong enough and okay enough to be like, but I want to go talk to the people that also make me happy and are also such a huge contributing factor to my joy and like such a beautiful part of my life. I don't want that to, I do have to take breaks every now and then, but I love talking to them. I really do. Like, it makes me laugh.
It's balance, right? At the end of the day?
It is balance, but I'm super fragile. I wish I weren't. Like, I'm such a Cancer. Like, my mom was like, wow. My mom's like, how are you, my daughter? I'm like, Mom. She's like, who the cares? I'm like, Mom, I'm not you. Like, I'm not like tough as nails yet. I'll get there. Radio ones that are like, and I'm like, word. With all due respect, I'm just saying that. Like, when you hear something too many times on the radio and you're like, wow, that song that's like, and I'm like, oh my God, please, can I?
Please do.
We're playing Monopoly.
Oh, gosh.
Off to a bad start.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started, really. I'm 22. I'm so young.
How crazy is that you're just getting started?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. I had a weird moment in the car the other night.
What was it?
I don't know. I was like thinking about everything. And because I was like really nervous, and because I was trying to get the video done on time, and I was stressed, and I was doing this, and I was getting nervous, and and I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and then I was like, I had this weird thing in the car, and I was like, oh my God, is this really my life right now? Like, am I really so like nervous and stressed because I have a new song coming out and blah blah blah, and I just finished my tour? I had this weird pinch me moment in the car, and I was like getting teary-eyed, and I was like, don't cry. I was like, that's too cheesy, don't cry.
Who thought of the idea to finger the earth?
Oh, Dave Myers.
Dave Myers.
Dave Myers thought about that. He was like, yo, you down? I was like, duh.
Do we put weight in things like a Grammy or
No.
the amount of number ones?
I really try not to, and I'll tell you why. With all due respect to the Recording Academy, I respect them so greatly, and to Billboard, whom I also respect so greatly, I didn't come into this business being driven towards things like that. Like, I just wanted to sing. All I ever wanted to do was sing and write and perform and dance around and make music. I've loved singing my entire life. Since I was able to talk, I was able to sing. That's all I ever wanted. So I never really gave a I never wanted to do photo shoots. I never wanted to do red carpets. Hate it. Literally, my pants. Hate it. Every picture's ugly. Take me home. I can't be here. I just want to sing. All I want to do is be in a room with the lights off and sing. And that's all I've ever wanted. I'm honored to be acknowledged. I'm honored to have had my first 2 number ones with my friends that are in this room. It's very exciting. It's very exciting when it happens.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm not going to pretend like it's not, because it is. And it's wonderful. It's a really great feeling. But I don't like that becoming something that's like of importance, because it's not. It doesn't make me any greater of an artist or lesser of an artist, because all of my favorite albums don't have Grammys. All of my favorite artists didn't have Grammys or number ones for... Actually, I don't think any of my favorite artists have number ones except Madonna.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many number ones does Imogen Heap have?
None.
Yeah.
I think the closest she came to it was because Jason Derulo featured Hide and Seek, sampled Hide and Seek, and that's like not even my favorite song of hers. Hide and Seek is one of my favorite songs in the world, but of hers, I love her whole entire discography equally.
Number one,
even the songs she wrote for her baby, Scout.
Number ones and a Grammy doesn't make a good record or not. It doesn't.
I don't think so, because at home as a viewer watching the Grammys every year, I'm always like, what? Literally. every year I'm like, what the I always am rooting for my favorite albums.
Yeah.
And I know that people at home feel the same way. And I know that when I win a Grammy one day, people at home are going to be like, man, that album and her ponytail. So it's fine. I don't think it makes or breaks anything. I think that there is music that feels good to people, and there's music that doesn't. And I think that it's very nice to be honored by the Recording Academy, but I think that it's something that I don't want to become too important to me, because at the end of the day, my favorite music none of my favorite albums or songs or artists really have Grammys.
What's the deal with Gopher and the God is a Woman video?
Oh yeah. So they kind of represent a bunch of things. Like, to me, that feels like how I feel at times, being a woman who is like misunderstood and like constantly labeled or like pinned down as one thing or another, and who's, I feel like, constantly misunderstood. Sometimes I'm just like, and those are like also like people reference like beaver as like
yes,
they do. So I was like, what if they were just like they do that?
Yep.
They do. They say like beaver as like they like guys will be like, oh, like beaver. No one says that anymore, angry but like beaver, yeah, angry beaver, yeah, like they say that about like feminists and for sure, they do. So it was supposed to represent like the frustration of being a misunderstood woman and popping out of the ground, being seen as just a sometimes, and just screaming like frustrated, like, hi, I'm not just a vagina. So it's just the frustration of being a woman and feeling misunderstood and not heard, and like we've been screaming for decades for equality and also to be understood and to feel heard, and yeah, to be seen also as not just like a vessel for sex, and yeah, which like we totally can be if we choose to be also, which is sick.
We can be whatever we want to be.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
America.
We are the people.
That's freaking right.
This is America. We are the people.
Do you care about things like a Grammy?
It's kind of oh my god. Hold on. I just cleared my throat. I almost passed out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. Cool. I don't know what that was. I told you, man. I scared myself. I cleared my throat, and I thought someone else was doing it for me. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
that's a scary thought. When I first, I freaked out a lot when you played me the album, but God is a Woman just got me going.
Thanks, man.
You understand the cultural relevancy of that before you do it, or as it's happening?
You mean
or
like
until after?
You mean like where we're at?
I mean, you're literally. I mean, you have a song that says "God is a Woman."
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, there's a statement there. There's kind of. I mean,
yeah,
you're tapping into
for sure
a few different things.
Yeah.
So, who pitches you that song?
Ilya.
Okay, and how finished was it before it got to you?
He had the hook.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, we love this hook. Would you want to sing it and like give it to a rapper? And I was like, absolutely not. I was like, no. I was like, just let me take this home tonight and I'll come back in the morning. And Daniel was doing my makeup and I was like, I don't wanna wait no time. And then I went back to see that day and I was like, can we record it now? And then I recorded it and I was like, do you still want to put a rapper on it? And they were like,
was it named God is a Woman?
Yeah.
When it came to you?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, because I wanted to write that day. I was like, I'll write for someone else. I thought Sweetener was done. I had my label meeting to play them the music in 2 days. And I just went to hang out with them and like get excited for the meeting basically. And I was like, I want to write while I'm here. Like, let's pull up something. And they were like, oh, like they pulled up this thing called like Single or something. They pulled up and I was like, oh, that's sick. I was like, that's cool. I'll write that for somebody else for sure. And then I was like, they pulled up another idea that was pretty dope, but like not it. And then Ilya was like, yo, what if we brought up God as a Woman? And I was like, what did you just say? And they were like, oh yeah, we have this idea called God as a Woman. And I was like, what the are you talking about? I was like, why did it take you this long to bring that up? It's me. I was like, oh my God, why can't we? Like, why did this take so long? And he pulled it up and he played it and I was like, shut the up. I was like, you need to shut up. I'm going home. I was like, bounce this, send it to me right now. I was like, I'll see you in the morning. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. They were like, why don't you record the hook? And I was like, oh, I will. And he was like, oh, send it to a rapper. And I was like, please just let me have a chance first. I was like, I want this to be mine.
It's
not the same. I don't want to share it with a rapper. I don't want to share it with a boy, especially.
Well, you've done a really great job. I mean, it's called God as a Woman.
It's called God as a Woman, you know? They can't...
Men are prophets.
I could envision a verse where they're lifting up the woman and stuff, but it's for girls.
Throughout your musical
With all
history,
due respect, of course, but like... I feel like I'm at a point where I can use my voice and I can yell about things that I'm passionate about, and I, that's a blessing. I'm excited. I don't want to just entertain. I want to make people feel something. I want to make people, feel. I want to make people give back and feel empowered and feel happy and like they're not alone. Whatever. All that good stuff. It's exciting to be able to use my voice to do those things.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm rambling because I'm nervous and it's cool.
Well,
I'm gonna go behind the mic.
Yeah, sure. As you go into 2016, do you have any goals? Like, what do you have? What's on your list?
I want to make sure that Moonlight is my best album yet. There've only been 3, but I want to make sure that it's the best one yet. And I think it is personally. I love it. I'm very proud of it.
And so when you're doing a song, how often are you listening to it? Is that what you're listening to in the car constantly? What is it?
When you're making new music and you're putting an album together, you definitely listen to it way too much. Because you're just, it's like you...
It's you.
It's like a baby.
Yes.
You made a new baby.
you
The favorite baby.
That record, even though you've said Thank You Next in your life, does it take hearing it in a song to really make an imprint on you, to be able to actually move on and say and act Thank You Next? Do you get what I'm saying?
Can you say the question one more time? I forgot what you said at the beginning of the sentence.
Putting it
because I was thinking so hard about it. You were halfway through it and I forgot it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Putting it into a song, does that allow you to actually, does that validate it for you? Because you can say Thank You Next all you want, but hearing it in a song and it's a hit like this.
Well, it became super real. You know what I mean? Like putting it in a song makes it very, okay, cool. We definitely just closed that chapter. You know what I mean? It's like, we had 3 different versions of the song.
What's the biggest difference between the 3 of them?
Well, I was like, I'm super shy when it comes to pitching wild things. And so I was like, is it insane if I name people and thank them directly in the song? And Taylor was like, well, it's gonna be a thing if you do, but I think it's brilliant. And she was like, but I think it's special, and yes, do it right now. Let's do it. And then we did it, and I was like, wow, this is really, really, really special and feels really like something, And then I went home and slept on it, and we came back, and I was like, okay, let's make another version just in case without the names.
And that still exists somewhere today?
That still exists on y'all's hard drive somewhere.
What was in there instead of the names?
I think I said, say I'm too young or something. Yeah. I've had too many boyfriends. I was just talking about what people say about me still. So it still was okay, I'm embracing my mistakes and what I've done and everything that's contributed to who I am, but it was just less direct, and everyone kind of, including me, was kind of like, this is not the version. Me as I was doing it was like, this is not the version. But I was also trying to be protective.
Yeah.
So Victoria, you want to take the reins? Tommy was like, I like when Tommy tells his part.
Yeah, I was like, look, let her record it. Let's all play along.
With the names.
Let's play along.
No, without the names.
Do it without the names. Everybody was mad. I said, no, we're going to do it. But we already know what version it is.
I'm like, we know which version it is. Because also in my relationship at the time, things were up and down and on and off. And so
I didn't know what was going to happen. And then, we got back together, so I had to make a different version of it. And then we broke up again, so we ended up going with that version. There was a version where I was getting married. There's a version where I'm not getting married. There's a version with nothing. We're not talking about anything. And, but we all knew that the first version was going to be the version we ultimately went with.
But you needed to get that out of your system.
But yeah, I just wanted to cover all the bases, and it was a big risk and a very scary thing to do because it is my life. I understand that, like, to a lot of people, I'm not a real person, or it's easy to kind of just like see me as like a song or a picture or like a thing that kind of exists in their head, and they know what they know and that's it. But at the end of the day, these are people and relationships that have,
real impact.
Yeah. I'm a little I'm like tearing up, but it's real shit to me. So
It's real life.
it is real life, and spent a lot of time with each of those people, like learning, and so it was like scary to put in a song.
Was it hard to listen to for the first time?
No, it was hard to play for people. I was nervous to play it for people. Like, I remember Liz came by and heard it. Mikey and Scooty, who are right back there, you can't see them, but yeah, I didn't want them to hear it until I had recorded it, and they like y'all made it, so I was like, everyone get out. I want it to be perfect before everyone hears it. Like, no one's allowed to come in. I was like very nervous to share it because I knew that as soon as people heard the names, they were gonna be like, run that back one more time. What the is she doing? Like, what the fuck is she doing? My mom was like, she's never been happier. My mom was like, oh, this is just the best song I've ever heard in my life. Because anybody who knows me knows how Joan Grande has felt about every relationship I've ever been in. And she has been so supportive and patient and bit her tongue and, been a fantastic mother.
That song was for her closure, too.
That song is for my mom's closure, and also as like a thank you to her for helping me through a lot of this and searching so desperately for like what I feel parts of my childhood lacked. It was just like a beautiful moment for her. My mom cried. Liz Gillies came through and was like, oh,
Troy came.
Troy came and was like, Jesus Christ. She was like, are you for real? Like, you're putting us out.
You come from a line of the strongest, hardest, most, focused and passionate and incredible women I've ever met.
You're so cute. You're gonna cry.
It's the truth. Really. Thinking about you're not.
Yeah, my mom's a bad bitch. Nona's a bad bitch.
It's God is a woman for them. That has to be a validating moment for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's Nona's reaction when you play it for her?
Oh, she loved it so much. She was like, I was like, Nona, what do you think of like No Tears Left to Cry? And she was like, oh, Ariana, that God is a woman is beautiful. And I was like, do you like any other songs? She was like, yeah, but that God is a woman. And I was like, you're so cute. I think she's just like, she loves it.
Was religion a part of your life growing up?
It was, yeah. I like went to Catholic school. It was like so funny and like no, it's not funny. It's like, you're raised. I'm Italian. I went to Catholic church. She's Italian. Yeah, I learned. I went to class. I did the Sunday church thing, and I think it was the Pope at the time was like totally homophobic and totally not a fan of women at all, or like also like SpongeBob or Harry Potter, and I was like, nah, this, I can't do this.
Not for me.
I was like, I'm out, guys, I can't do it. And I just became more spiritual because it didn't feel like something that, and a lot of people do, like, it obviously, like, it resonates with them and it helps them through I just feel like I'm not a very religious person, so I became more spiritual, and here I am.
Which,
the God is a woman, it's not actually about God.
No, it's about the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what? And I don't know a ton about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
The song will tell you everything you need to know. No, but I love you.
Learned a lot.
I love you. But
You wanted
yeah.
this to just be like us hanging out. This is chill.
It is.
I haven't said
No,
that
it's
in the
about
scene
it's
either.
about women and female energy, like feminine energy, being responsible for the whole creation of the universe.
the whole creation of the universe.
It's within.
Does Pete Davidson believe that God is a woman?
I think so.
He better, right?
The universe has a plan.
Always.
Sometimes it's a really gnarly plan, but nonetheless, it still has a plan.
Amen.
Sick.
I feel like that's where
That's
we
the
should
spaciest shit I
end.
ever said.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, beautiful human, thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.